Debtor is a person who receives money or who takes money from other individual or other institution. Customer is a person who opens the bank account in a particular bank, and for that banker should accept with all the detailed information. General relationship, it is further classified into primary general relationship, then subsidiary or secondary general relationship. Only when customer deposits the money and demand for the repayment, primary general relationship will exist. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all to the first session on Unit 4, that is Law and Practice of Banking. I am Meghana from the Department of Commerce, lecturing in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. In today's session, let us start with the Unit 4, that is Banker and Customer. In the fourth unit, we are going to study what do you mean by banker, who is customer, so what are the relationship between banker and customer. So let us start with today's session. Let us discuss about the introduction, meaning, relationship between banker and customer. So the relationship between banker and customer is wide. It is divided, or it is classified into two types. So that we are going to study in detail under Unit 4. So let us start with introduction. So who is banker and who is customer? The relationship between a banker and customer came into existence when the banker agrees to open an account in the name of customer. So all the individual, so general public, you cannot consider a general public as a customer. So in order to consider a customer, in order to establish a banker and customer relationship, first customer, that means individual, has to open a bank account in a particular bank. For that, banker has to agree to open the bank account in the customer's name. So open the bank account in the name of customer. Then the relationship between banker and customer established. So the relationship between a banker and customer depends on the activities, products or services provided by the bank to its customers or availed by the customer. So the relationship between banker and customer, it depends on the activities, products and services provided by the banks as well as the provided by the bank to its customer or availed by the customer. So the activities and product and services provided by the banker to its customer. So it depends on the activities and all those factors, the relationship may be differs. So in order to establish a relationship, first you need to open a bank account. Then the relationship will exist, and the various types of relationship depends on the activities and depends on the products and services offered by the bank to its customer. It is defined. Thus, relationship between a banker and customer is the transaction relationship. It's a transactional relationship. Next, who is banker? Banker is a person who on behalf of the bank receive the money and collects the check and draft. Banker is a person who accept the deposits and who accept the checks and drafts on behalf of bank. On behalf of bank, he accepts the deposits from the customer and he lends money for the customer. He accepts the checks and draft. So that individual person is considered as a banker. Then who is customer? Customer is a person who opens a bank account in the bank and which the banker accepts with the proper information. Customer is a person who opens the bank account in a particular bank, and for that banker should accept with all the detailed information. After accepting or after the banker accept the request from the customer, then only you can consider as a customer. So that is banker and customer. Next one, relationship between banker and customer. So it is broadly classified into two types. First one is a general relationship and special relationship. The relationship between banker and customer is classified into two, general relationship and special relationship. Under general relationship, it is further classified into primary general relationship, then subsidiary or secondary general relationship. General relationship is further classified into two types. So next one, special relationship is further classified into two types. First one is obligation and last one is rights. So under that we have various primary general relationship, that is features of primary general relationship. Next, features of subsidiary general relationship. Then various obligation of a banker. Then rights of a banker. So it is further classified as a obligation to a banker, then rights to a banker. Next, feature of a primary general relationship, then features of a subsidiary general relationship. So in today's session, let us discuss about first part, general relationship. So first, the relationship between banker and customer is classified into general relationship and special relationship. When a customer opens a bank account, then the general relationship will establish. So then it is classified into primary and subsidiary relationship. First one, what do you mean by primary general relationship? Primary general relationship will establish when customer deposits the money in bank and lend the money, or the banker lend the money. When the banker accept the deposits and lend the money, when the primary transaction taken place, this primary general relationship will establish. Only accepting deposits and lending money will take place under the primary general relationship. So only for the primary activity we call it as a primary general relationship. So what all are the features under primary general relationship? Here, banker will accept the deposits and customer deposit their money in bank. So what all are those features? Banker is a debtor for customer money here. So who is debtor in general? Debtor is a person who receives money or who takes money from other individual or other institution. Here, bank will accept the money, bank will receive the money. So bank is a general debtor for customer money. Banker is a general debtor for customer money. Then customer become a general creditor for their deposits. Customer is a general creditor for his deposits. So under this, under primary relationship, banker is a debtor. In general, debtor has the responsibility to repay the money. But in case of banker has the responsibility to repay, but on certain condition, or he has some privileges in order to repay the money, or in order to consider him as a debtor. So debtor is a person who owes the money from other individual. But in case of bank, banker will accept the deposits from customer. So here, banker will not ask for deposits. Customer voluntarily they visit and they deposit their money into bank in order to safeguard their deposits. So they have some special features. So here, the relationship between banker and customer, the relationship between two is according to the conditions of the customer's account is of debtor and creditor. That is, whether the balance in the account is debited or credited. So based on the balance, that means balance is debited or credited, that means deposited or withdrawal, accepting deposits or withdrawal, lending of monies. So there are some more restriction. There are more restriction which makes the relationship differ from normal debtor and creditor condition. Normal debtor and creditor relationship is different, and banker debtor and creditor relationship is different. So banker provides a number of services to the customer and also act as a trustee to his customer if the customer hands over the banker with the trust work. So these all are the various other services banker will provide for their customer. So that we are going to study under the subsidiary relationship. So only under primary relationship we are going to study accepting deposits and lending money, that is debtor and creditor relationship. So mainly we have two types of relationship, general relationship and special relationship. That is first one and second type. So under general relationship we have primary relationship and subsidiary relationship. So under primary relationship, what do you mean by primary relationship? It's a relationship arises from the contract between two, that is banker and customer. So it is a contractual relationship. It is governed by the various terms agreed between the two parties. So contractual agreement, it is between the banker and customer. When he accept the deposits and they lend the money, this primary relationship will establish. So we have some special features or privileges under this primary general relationship. What all are those features? Banker is only a debtor in respect of customer money. Banker is only a debtor in respect of customer money. Next, customer is only a general creditor of banker. So for the debtor has the responsibility to repay the money. But in case of banking, demand for the repayment of deposit is necessary. In general, debtor has the responsibility to repay the money. But in banking relationship, even though debtor has the responsibility to repay the money, demand for the repayment is necessary. Under banker relationship, you need to repay the money based on the demand. After that, you need to repay. It is necessary to repay the money. Demand is necessary to repay the customer money. Next one is customer can demand for repayment of deposits whenever he wants. Whenever he wants. So in general, you cannot expect or you cannot demand for the repayment whenever you want. That means whenever the creditor requires, he cannot demand for the repayment. But it is not guaranteed that debtor will repay the money on the demand. But in case of banker and customer relationship, based on the requirement, based on the customer requirement, you can demand for the repayment. So whenever the customer demands for the repayment, in the same time, within a minute, they can repay your money. But it should be in a proper form. So you can get your money back whenever you want. So based on the requirement, you can withdraw your money, withdraw your deposit. Customer demand for repayment of deposit should be made at a proper place. So for this, we have a fixed place. So in bank only, you need to demand for the repayment. Wherever you want, you cannot demand for the repayment in that places and in that situation. So in particular place, in a particular time, in particular format, you need to demand for the repayment. So all this format is necessary in order to demand for your repayment. So that is the privilege for the banker in order to repay the customer deposit. So next one, customer's demand for the repayment of deposit should be made on a working day and during the business hours. So banking working days like Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, working hours from 9 to 5. So you need to demand your repayment only during the working hour, business hour and working day. So proper format and proper working time and working day, you need to demand for the repayment. But in general, you can demand for the repayment whenever you want and whatever it may be the time and whatever it may be the situation and date. So these all are the special feature or privilege for the banker as a debtor. So moving further, subsidiary relationship. So this all comes under the primary relationship, general relationship and special relationship. General relationship is further classified into primary and subsidiary relationship. Under primary relationship, we have special features. Some of the feature for the debtor. So that is, banker is only a debtor in respect of customer money. Customer is only a creditor for their deposits. Then what all are the special features or advantages for the banker as a debtor? That comes under the general relationship. Now we are in the subsidiary or secondary relationship. So when it is established or when this special relationship will arises, only when customer deposits the money and demand for the repayment, primary general relationship will exist. So this subsidiary relationship is when the banker provides various other facility or various other functions for the bank, for the customer. So that is subsidiary or secondary relationship. Apart from accepting deposits and lending money, they provide various services for their customer. So all this comes under the subsidiary relationship. The banker and customer can also enter into subsidiary relationship like bailor and bailee, trustee and beneficiary, agent and principal by special agreement or arrangement. By special agreement and arrangement, they enter into this special relationship. So the special relationship are bailor and bailee relationship, trustee and beneficiary, agent and principal, mortgagee and mortgager relationship, guarantor and guarantee relationship. So let us discuss one by one. First one is bailor and bailee relationship. So this relationship will establish or exist when the customer deposits some valuable things or documents for the safeguard. So in this situation, banker become bailee and customer become bailor. So this bailee and bailor relationship will establish. So he is a bailee, banker is a bailee for that valuable things or for that document. Customer is a bailor for that document or valuable things. So now banker has the responsibility to safeguard those valuable things or documents. So he needs to repay or he needs to surrender it back whenever it is necessary. Whenever the customer demands for that valuable things or documents, you need to repay the documents or valuable things. So that is the responsibility of a banker as a bailee. So you need to pay penalty if you fails to safeguard the documents or valuable things which the customer has deposited as a bailor and bailee relationship. So that is bailor and bailee relationship. Valuable things and documents. Customer, that is bailor, is going to deposit valuable things and documents for the safety. In order to safeguard the valuable things and documents, they are going to deposit in the bank. Next one is trustee and beneficiary relationship. So under trustee and beneficiary relationship, customer is going to deposit a specific amount with a specific instruction. So they are going to deposit a specific sum with a specific instruction in order to use that money. So banker has the responsibility to utilize those money only for the instruction, only for that particular instruction. So you need to utilize that money based on the instruction given by the customer. So now banker become the trustee for that specific money until that specific amount is utilized. So banker is a trustee for that specific money and customer is a beneficiary for that particular money. Or else if the customer deposits, so now customer deposits check for collection, banker is a trustee for that particular check. So banker has a responsibility to collect the money and to act as a trustee for that particular check or that particular amount. So you need to utilize that particular money only for that particular instruction. So that is trustee and beneficiary relationship. Until this contract exists, until the money is with the banker, this trustee and beneficiary relationship will exist. So next one is agent and principal relationship. Agent and principal relationship, banker has the responsibility. Banker act as a agent. They give some agency services for their customer. For example, collection of bills, check, bills of exchange and various other instruments. So a collection of interest, dividend. So for all this purpose, bank act as a agent on behalf of customer. Banker has the responsibility to collect the money or to collect the check, interest, dividend from opposite party. So now bank has the responsibility, act as a agent in order to collect the money. He is a agent for that particular money or that particular transaction. That is agent and principal. Here banker is a agent and customer is a principal for that transaction. Next one is mortgagee and mortgager relationship. So mortgagee and mortgager relationship is a pledger and pledgee relationship. Mortgagee, pledgee is a banker who accepts the documents or valuable things in order to provide loan for the customer. So customer deposits or customer surrender the valuable things or the documents in order to take loan from the bank. So bank has the responsibility to safeguard those pledge documents or valuable things in order to give money. So they have a responsibility to safeguard those documents. So while taking the loan, he needs to submit some documents. So that is the pledger and pledgee, that is mortgagee and mortgager relationship. So last one is guarantor and guarantee relationship. So guarantor and guarantee relationship, banker acts as a guarantor. So he gives guarantee for the opposite party for the transaction. While doing international trading, exporter requires guarantee from individual or from any other institution in order to accept, in order to receive the particular goods. So in that situation, bank gives guarantee for the customer, guarantee for their customer. They issue letter of credit to the exporter so that it is a guarantee for the exporter for the payment. So here bank act as a guarantor for the customer, guarantor and guarantee relationship. He give assurance for the exporter for the payment of particular goods or services. So that all this comes under the subsidiary or special relationship. Apart from the accepting deposits and lending money, other services provided by the banker comes under the subsidiary relationship. So this is all about general relationship. We finished with the general relationship, primary relationship and subsidiary relationship. In next session, let us discuss with the special relationship, that is obligations and rights of a banker and customer. So this is all about today's session. Let us meet in the next session. Until then, keep watching. Thank you.